Welcome back. Let's continue with our feature on Black history, slavery in Jamaica.
But it's the marriage of Fonthill that interests his mother. She selects a bride for him, the very suitable Lady Margaret Gordon.
Margaret was slender and delicate, and she had the most beautiful, white, smooth arms. And her cheeks used to blush the colour of a rose. She was a charming creature, artless, uncomplicated, and absolutely no pretensions to intellect whatsoever.
The marriage, though, doesn't end an existing attachment. Fonthill's grand passion is for a 16-year-old schoolboy, William Courtney, heir to Powderham Castle in Devon.
I think of all the creatures with which I've been acquainted, male or female, Courtney was the one who I felt had been created in my mould.
In an era when sodomy is a hanging offence, Fonthill's obsession threatens the future of the Beckford dynasty. In Jamaica, his cousin Summerlee is trying to increase the Beckford profits by investing in new slaves. He believes the flow of fresh slaves from Africa is essential for the survival of the sugar business.
If the African trade were stopped, the labour necessary to produce sugar would fall to those slaves who are already domesticated in Jamaica, who must therefore absorb an ever greater quantity of work, and their lives be shortened.
During the 18th century, 820,000 West African men, women and children are transported to an early death in Jamaica. Thousands more die at sea.
Fine cargo?
Yes, a good lot.
Slaves are a planter's most expensive outlay. They cost anything from £5 to £100 each, depending on age, gender, health and skills, and the rise and fall of sugar prices.
No smallpox?
No, not in this lot.
Good.
They are traded at auctions or scrambles.
Up, on your feet, on your feet! Up, come on your feet!
A scramble is a brutal free-for-all, in which the planters literally fight for those they want to buy.
The Negroes from the more popular African countries are soon snapped up no matter what the expense. The more indifferent ones may only be sold by offering credit or reducing the price. They're the ones who are most likely to fall sick, even though when they left their homeland they were most probably healthy and strong.
The indifferent ones are called refuse slaves. They are often abandoned in the streets to die. Summerlee names his new acquisitions. New slaves have to be broken in or seasoned into a life of slavery.
Seasoning a new slave takes the best part of 4 or 5 months. And out of every 4 African slaves, scarcely one produces a really efficient worker.
Slaves arriving from Africa must first be managed as if they were animals. They must be tamed before they can be treated as men.
Almost a third of seasoned slaves die within the first 3 years, most from disease, overwork, or simply depression.
The best slaves are the ones we breed on the plantations. They are born into the state of slavery and don't complain.
Something in my heart, like a stream running down, makes me feel so.
In his plantation handbook, Summerlee details his slaves' daily routine, comparing it favourably to the plight of English peasants.
The sufferings of the slaves are usually exaggerated by those who are not acquainted at first hand with the life in Jamaica. Outside harvest time, they rarely worked in the field after sunset, which was never after 7. So from then until 6 the next morning, and every Sunday, their time was at their absolute command.
Something in my heart, like a stream running down.
Self-sufficiency is encouraged, particularly when America's war for independence from Britain creates food blockades. The slaves have to grow their own food, and many go hungry. By contrast, planters live an extravagant lifestyle, paid for by credit. They've got into the reckless habit of consuming profits from crops not yet harvested.
White society in Jamaica is much too addicted to expensive living, costly entertainments, rich clothes. If only they were more abstemious and paid more attention to the productivity of their plantations, many more of them might have amassed considerable fortunes.
I would imagine.
For visitors, the excess of Jamaica can be overwhelming.
Such eating and drinking I have never seen. There was loads of food, all sorts of meats, highly seasoned, jellies, gallons of wine, hot and cold chicken, fish, stews, fries. It was quite disgusting.
Coming up after the break, Campus Buzz. Artists, publicists, and producers, contact Super K Studios and BOJTV now to produce all your music videos. Ask for the artist promotional packages. Call 966-2897 or 276-3001. Email bojtv@live.com.
CL is an expansive clothing line, authentic Caribbean brands, wrapping you in style. Call us now at 966-2897 or 276-3001 or email us at clsexpensive@gmail.com, bringing out the fashionista in you. Renovating or building your dream home? Contact Shankai Construction for all your building supplies and accessories. Telephone 276-3001 or 966-2897 or email us at shankaiconstruction@gmail.com. Having a special event? Need to savor those moments? Contact BOJTV for your professional videography and photography needs. Call us now at 276-3001 or BOJTV@live.com.